So I hear you guys have a problem with my blank white wall. I'll show you who flew into the sun. Here you go, here's some color for you. Alright, let's watch Korra, for God's sakes, please.
Since Avatar Korra has arrived in Republic City, she's only had eyes for one fellow, Mako. The feeling seemed mutual until a fateful accident intervened.
Accident.
Will love prove to be Korra's most formidable foe yet?
Chapter 5, The Spirit of Competition. Is this gonna be a romance episode? Oh boy. Was that a metaphor for the love triangle?
We're ready!
Not quite.
Hey, Asami.
Good morning, sweetie.
Sweetie, huh?
You look great, champ.
Oh no. Those are the worst kinds of kisses.
Here we are, all alone in the gym.
No.
Just you and me. Two alone people. Alone.
I gotta head back to the air temple to train with Tenzin. See ya!
Yeah, I mean, speaking of alone.
How's it going with the tall, dreamy firebender boy? You've been spending a lot of time together lately.
This girl is such a gossip.
I'm not interested in Mako or any romantic stuff.
Liar.
Years ago, I was in the exact same situation. I was so shy and scared of rejection, but watching my soulmate spend his life with the wrong woman became too painful. So I hung my chin out there and I confessed my love to Tenzin, and the rest is history.
Wow.
There's something weird about that story. Like, first of all, the idea that she knows who's the right woman for Tenzin, that's a little bit presumptuous. I know the feeling in romance when you have all these feelings bottled up and you kind of go for this like one last resort big move because you're just suffering so deeply inside and you can't bear the agony of going in circles every day without any positive signs for this person you're dreaming about. In some ways, I feel like a confession is like asking for mercy. It's like, please kill me, you know? Usually if romance is developing organically and mutually, there's no need for a confession because things just happen on their own. Like we saw that with Mako and Asami. They just talked, and through talking, they were revealing to each other that they had feelings, and one thing led to another, and next thing you know, they're doing really annoying nose kisses. It's counterintuitive, but I think the best thing to do when you're infatuated with someone is just to step back. I think that infatuation is caused partly by tunnel vision. It's because we see this person and the person's so amazing and special and nice. We are told to weigh that against all the fish in the sea, right? But the fish in the sea have no real emotion in our hearts because they're not real. They're not people we've met yet. We haven't developed connections with them. So we'll always give more emotional weight to the people right in front of us, whose actions we can see and whose features we can fall in love with. But I mean, really, the plenty of fish in the sea thing is correct. It's just, it requires a really difficult, forceful attempt at perspective for the rest of your life and the rest of the world. That being said, I'm not judging Korra for being this way. We've all been there, especially as teens.
Tonight is the first set of matches in our single elimination 16-team bracket.
I wonder if their romance is going to affect their playing.
And their opponents, the Red Sands Rubberoo.
Excuse me, the what?
What an explosive opening volley. No wonder the Avatar's been absent from the papers lately. She's obviously had her nose to the grindstone in the gym.
Yeah, she's been busy beating up on chi blocking white belts.
We were really connecting out there in that ring.
Yeah. You know, I feel like the two of us have been connecting really well out of the
Yeah,
ring,
she read too much into that.
So I was thinking we should spend some time together.
We've been spending lots of time together.
I mean, outside of the gym, and not while searching for kidnapped family members or fighting chi blockers.
Take a hint. This is extra painful just because she knows that he's with Asami. So this is kind of on her. I feel for her. It's hurt. It hurts. It sucks.
Asami and I are...
Look, I really like you, and I think we were meant for each other.
Korra, I'm really sorry, but I just don't feel the same way about you.
Oh, yeah. And she knew that. Like I was saying, like the reason she did that was because she just can't bear the suffering of it. And she's kind of putting the burden on him to do the difficult work of like making a hard choice and like just ending it. I think he handled it well. I mean, at least he was honest about it. I think some people would not be decent enough to be okay with losing options. Like some people really cling to having as many options as possible, and that makes them indecisive and they end up putting the good things they have in jeopardy. So, I mean, Mako handled that right. It's just an uncomfortable situation for everyone.
Congratulations, guys.
Oh no,
You
and she walks
so
in the room.
Amazing out there. Mwah.
Korra, I was thinking
You and me, we could go get some dinner together, sort of a date situation.
I wonder how much of this romance situation was inspired by all the fan shipping in The Last Airbender. From what I understand, back in the day, that was like a big point of contention back in the day. It's still a big point of contention. I've actually had people like, how dare you say Zutara, I'm unsubscribing, and this is, what, 15 years later? I wonder if the creators took inspiration from that, you know, like they learned a lesson about marketability, the fan metaverse surrounding the show, and we're trying to enable that. Weirdly though, although it's more explicit in this show, so far the romance is somewhat less interesting than The Last Airbender. Sometimes less is more, what can I say?
I don't feel very date-worthy.
Are you kidding me? You're the smartest, funniest, toughest, buffest, talentedest, incrediblest girl in the world.
You really feel that way about me? I could use some fun. Okay, sure.
Yes! Who's the luckiest guy in the world? Right here, Bolin!
What is going on right now? There's so much happening. Didn't expect to get dragged so deeply into this. Me, the romance isn't that interesting. Also me, talks for 20 minutes about the romance. I'll give Bolin credit. There's something to be said for having that optimistic spirit. I think having that resilience is attractive because it gives people an emotional space where they don't have to be so worried about your feelings and they can relax. And people like that. I think like typically relationships work when people can be relaxed. Or at least I think that's one component of fun and enjoyable relationships of any kind. The ability to coexist without anxiety. So if someone is really optimistic and cheerful, and genuinely so, not faking it, you can relax because you don't have to worry about them and you don't have to mind your words and mind your every action. So like imagine if Bolin had gotten really pouty, you know, that would have been very unattractive for Korra because then it's just something else she has to deal with. Like she's already dealing with her own poutiness and her own emotions. Now she's got to think about Bolin being sad too. It's like too much. Nobody wants to do that. It's not fun. But Bolin flipped her rejection into like a nice compliment and created a nice atmosphere where it just seemed like it would be playful and fun. And for Korra sitting in the depths of her sadness, that's a nice out. It's like, oh cool, I can like just enjoy myself. I think that's a good quality to aspire to in relationships, both romantic and friendly. I don't think it's a good idea to fake it, but I think it's good to aim for a place where you actually can be like robust, you know, and you can have a spirit where you don't take things overly seriously and you can create an atmosphere where it's fun, like the dynamic's playful. And then it looks like Mako is doing what I said he was good not to be doing earlier, which is being upset about losing options, which is never good. You gotta let people move on. You can't be attached to people always feeling the same way about you. It's unfair. Not least of all to his current girlfriend.
Oh, how do you like it?
It's delicious and totally authentic.
But the risk here for Bolin is that he's got to guard himself. He has to stay a little bit aloof. He has to take a lesson from Sokka and be the aloof master. He can't take this as a super sign that things have turned in their course into him. He has to take it for what this is, which is just like Korra trying to replace her sadness with having fun. And that can be a really great opportunity, but it's not romance in itself. It's just a opening for getting to know each other.
See, you love Water Tribe food, I love Water Tribe food. Just another reason we are so great together.
There are good noodles. Hey, who's that creepy guy over there that keeps leering at us?
I was looking at them, but I wasn't sure.
Tano and the Wolf Bats, the reigning champs, 3 years running.
Well, 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 if it isn't the Fire Ferrets. Pro-bending's saddest excuse for a team. Tell me, how a couple of amateurs like you luck your way into the tournament?
I love his tone of voice.
Especially you, Avatar.
Avatar? What, do you watch the movie?
I could give you some private lessons.
Oh, there's a lot of romance. They're just like, let's do all the romance in one episode. I like his makeup. Yeah, I mean, I would legit shit myself. What, no reward for Naga? No noodles? The Lady and the Tramp scene nobody wanted. Young love. Young, youthful optimism.
You got him all in a tizzy, and I know you're only using him to get back at me.
Wait a second. You're not worried about him. You're jealous. You do have feelings for me.
What? Jealous? Don't
Jealous?
be ridiculous.
When you're with her, you're thinking about me, aren't you?
Get over yourself.
I'm just being honest.
You're crazy.
You're a liar.
Hey, Mako.
Sucks for that guy. Now it's gonna affect their game.
Korra dodges and slams
Oops.
right into her teammates.
But they can't lose because it's a tournament and they gotta face the vampire dude.
I'm gonna take this one. We choose Earth.
Oh, a tiebreaker is a one-on-one? That's kind of cool. You can do that?
Bolin goes in for for the ground.
What? You, what?
Chang reverses.
I didn't know that was legal.
Another strike from Bolin, and Chang's in the drink.
Good job, Bolin. Putting the team on his back.
You've already made it clear how you feel about me.
I haven't. As much as you drive me crazy, I also think you're pretty amazing. I like Asami too. I don't know, things are complicated. Been feeling really confused and
Oh no! My heart.
Great! Look what you did!
Man, he had flowers and everything.
My brother here? Thanks.
He ate a lot of noodles, damn.
Come on.
You're not my brother.
I feel like it's just better to play it safe and just steer clear. You know, there's so much more at stake than like the girl. But then again, it's hard to have that perspective when you're really young. Romance is so special. It's like everything when you're a teenager. It's like, it's life. Kids will be kids. Great commentary.
The only
Bolin.
one I can trust anymore is Pablo.
You're a mess, and we've got the biggest match of our lives tonight.
Tonight.
I told you dating a
Don't
teammate
forget
was
Pabu.
a bad idea.
You're a bad idea. Put me down.
Dangled up, man.
All three players are totally out of sync tonight. Ooh, that has got to sting.
Right in the noodles. No.
Hey,
Oh, man.
watch it.
Take
Oh!
advantage of Mako's unforced error, and Bolin's in the pool. Oh, and a blatant hold by the Avatar.
Suddenly the sport got so technical. No!
And the
No.
Avatar is slapped with the yellow fan.
Yellow fan, yeah.
The Ferret's dream of making it to the finals now rests in the Avatar's hands.
There's her win style.
I'm sorry.
Me too. Girls.
Seriously.
What an unbelievable effort here by Korra. It's the
That was a
big
nice
cover.
shot.
You boys smell something in here? Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, that's a scent of losers.
Relax, I'm a healer. I learned from Katara, the best there is.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm sorry I hurt your feelings.
I'll be all right.
You are one of a kind, Bolin.
The defending champs secure their spot in the finals. I hope the Ferrets know a good doctor because they're gonna need one.
So it was raising the stakes, romance. It's fun. I always like a good romance episode. It's like a lot of romance, like a lot of it all at once. It falls a little bit flat for reasons I can't put my finger on exactly. Maybe it's because it feels almost like an aside from the show. It doesn't seem like it will really affect the trajectory in any important ways, whereas in the previous show, I think that it was a little bit more relevant. Like the hint of romance between Zuko and Katara at the end of season 2 was made more significant through the lens of his subsequent betrayal, and the relationship with Aang and Katara was significant in light of her role in calming him down in the Avatar state, right? Like there was a function to it, whereas I feel these romance dynamics exist more just for their own sakes, like because it seems like the creators thought that that's what fans wanted. But maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to wait and see in the next coming episodes, which I hope to see you for. That being said, oh my god, I felt so bad for Bolin. I definitely felt something at that moment.